Scorpio. Let's jump into it and have a look and see what's coming up for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. First of all, in regards to love. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, this really to me coincides with what I've been saying in the general reading. The fact that you had the Two of Cups present in the Five of Cups reading, the Two of Cups twin flame union has in fact come up around you. So this is validation that you do have a twin flame connection that's coming in around you with a person you're dealing with or someone that you will be connecting with or communicating with. So there's a twin flame connection coming in around you, which is quite powerful. Now the Ace of Swords sits next to the Two of Cups connection. Ace of Swords is an opportunity from the hand of God, the universe, your angels, spirit guides, to fight for something. And like I said, it's all or it's nothing. Leaving or fighting for something. Really interesting reading. Possible ultimatums coming in from someone you're connected to, or you might be giving ultimatums to this person. So that's coming up quite prominently around you during this time. There's going to need to be words of reassurance because there's a lot of dysfunction that's potentially coming in. Emotion is there. I do not question the emotional. There's someone here that feels a lot for you. I think the King of Cups is you though, Scorpio, regardless if you're a man or a woman. It could also be symbolic that there isn't a very strong emotional attachment that's present in the cards here. And this could be adding fuel to fire. Maybe you're still linked to someone. Maybe you're still attached because deep down you know it's a twin flame. Maybe it is an opportunity to fight for that connection. So I guess it might be one way of seeing what happens here, because Ace of Swords is mentality, is mental clarity, reassurance, validation through words, through spoken words. And you also have that Six of Swords here. Now for some of you, Six of Swords is moving away from a situation or moving away from a person. Whether it's physically moving away or disconnecting mentally, there's some sort of exodus that's taking place here. And the Fool welcomes in new beginnings. The Fool card is all about, and as is the Magician, is all about exploring new opportunities. Surrendering to what is. Again, the question I ask to you is, are you ready to give up on something just yet? Because I feel like you hold a lot of power and or influence to keep something going or to end it. Somehow I think for a lot of you, you have more control than you think you do. Maybe you have more of the upper hand. Okay, the upper hand here, you've got more jurisdiction, you've got more say, you've got more authority, you've got more control. You hold the wand, you hold the baton with the, in these cards with the Aries, the Magician and the Knight of Wands. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I do feel like things could be very, very fueled between the both of you. There might be someone to come to visit you, and it might be a surprise. There might be an unexpected visit or a conversation you weren't anticipating that might take place. There's a reunion here, or a date, or a connection, or an important meeting that will take place. But the boat is here, and the boat is protection. Maybe you need to go into something a little less vulnerable. Or maybe there's someone around you that wants to feel a little less vulnerable, so they're protecting themselves. Their walls are up, their swords are up. They could be counteracting what you're saying. There's dysfunction, there's lashing out, there's explosive or impulsive behavior with the Five of Wands. So this is something you might be expecting in your relationships. Again, pressure to build foundations. But I feel like it's an opportunistic time to build some sort of foundations. I do. Some of you might be moving away though. Some of you acknowledge, whilst you acknowledge that this is a twin flame union, maybe this is a spouse, maybe this is someone you're wanting to get to know, maybe this is someone you feel deep down you have a special connection. I do think it's for a reason. It's not for nothing here, Scorpio. It's here to teach you something. In one way, the Ace of Swords can also be seen as removing negative thoughts, removing toxic energy from our lives. And maybe there's a twin flame union here because this person in some way has to inspire you to do that. Maybe they're the source of that toxic energy. I don't know. Maybe it's someone else or something else that is the source. But the Ace of Swords, this is your time to shine, to remove that toxic energy. And I feel that window of opportunity is coming in around you and your lover or whoever you're dealing with in regards to love. But for some of you, it's completely different. There's a beautiful new emotional attachment that's being formed, a very strong emotional attraction here. Aces tend to be pretty promising chapters in our lives, and this one is coming from the hand of God, which is very, very nice. So I do feel, it can even be an overseas attraction or someone that you meet very briefly. A moment in time. Remember, the magician brings things to us almost in an instant and takes them away. And maybe there's a connection here and you're going to find you're growing nostalgic over this connection. And maybe you might go back. Maybe this person might visit you, but you might revisit this or reconnect in a very, very powerful way. Let's move on and have a look at career, business, finance. See what's coming up for you though, Scorpio, in these areas of your life. Okay, long-term plans and long-term visions are coming up. If you are starting a new chapter, a new job, a new beginning, there is a possibility that it's going to be on your long-term, but that in your long-term career somehow. But there's a connection here that it's going to be in a foreign place. There's going to be some sort of deciding factor, or perhaps a decision that will be required to be made by you. Maybe by a fire sign here as well, more fire energy. The Aries, a Sagittarius or Leo. And the Two of Wands can be indecisiveness, but it's also a bit of back and forth. So for a lot of you, there could be travel in between two different locations, two different jobs, training in between two different people. That might be coming up as well for some of you. Or even a second income stream. An opportunity to make more money or welcome more money. But some of you, there is a job opportunity here that's waiting, but it's further away. Again, it might not be something you were planning. It might come up very spur of the moment. Magician, instant opportunities. The Fool card goes with it, runs with it. So impetuous decisions might be made by you this month, Scorpio, in career, in business, in finance. There might also be a second component, a second product, or a secondary type of service that you might be adding to an existing company or an existing business or an existing creative pursuit. The good news is that some of you have a lump sum of money coming in with the King of Pentacles. This is ownership. You owning something, signing for something, having possession of it, might be an asset, you might be the owner of a new work laptop, a new phone. It might be that you're gaining a new asset, that the company is expanding, they're adding another franchise or opening up another location. A lot of expansion coming forward with the King of Pentacles. But it is Taurian energy, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So in regards to the context of career and creative pursuits, Venus likes nice things. She represents nice things, luxury things, affluent people, well-connected clients, people with money, people who have prestigiousness, people who have titles, people who are in certain elite social circles, because the King of Pentacles has been through it all. So he's in that type of circle that elevates him. So there might be a destined Taurus coming into work for you, working with you, or guiding you in some way, or money, ownership, possession is coming up around you. Big news potentially coming in with the Eight of Wands. You also have the Eight of Pentacles. 2 eights, very, very nice here, Scorpio. But potential news and correspondence coming forward here. It's like a flock of emails or texts or correspondence, letters of some regard, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth. So movement or progression, climbing the ladder. Okay, so evolution or something evolving is coming up around you in career or business, or a conversation will unfold fairly nicely, but developments essentially. Climbing the retail ladder, the corporate ladder, climbing the industry, Climbing the ladder to success can also be analogized in this way as well. So that is looking quite positive for you. And the fact that you also have another 8 here, which has come up in the form of the 8 of Pentacles, is also very, very nice. Now, the 8 of Pentacles is a great number of equalizing, paying off debts, working hard towards money, managing your budgets, managing your finances, excelling at skills, learning new skills for money-making opportunities or for career or creative expansions. But it can also represent quite a bit of money, or you working towards quite a bit of money. You might be dealing with an expensive product. You might be working with an affluent client. You might be working on a major deal, a major estate, something that's quite costly. It could be very, very groundbreaking for your career. And for the most part, there could be success and completion, and that competition that I mentioned could be coming in because there's people envious of success. There's people competing for the same thing, whether it's acknowledgement, whether it's money, whether it's a bonus, whether it's a competition in the workplace, whether it's competing for the client's time or energy or resources, or competing for the client's favors. Whatever it is, that is coming up around you. I will leave it at that though, Scorpio, but I do want to thank you for tuning in. It really does mean a lot.